Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our literature unit for the month of March, and today we're going to talk about a book that was published quite some time ago, back in 2012, I believe, and the title of the book is Nerve. Okay, this is a young adult novel, so it's probably a level that most of our listeners could handle as readers of English as a second language. And yes, that's the title, Nerve, and it's a game of dares and danger. I guess it's some sort of online game.
Yeah, it's a pretty eye-opening novel, I would say. I think the author really was trying to warn people about some of the dangers of social media and some of these reality game shows that we're seeing. And sometimes the combination of the two can get you into a lot of trouble. This is a young adult genre. So we're going to be taking a closer look at this. It's very interesting. I think the novelist, Jeannie Ryan, really came up with an important and impactful story here for all of us. Let's start by reading through day 1.
V, a shy high school student, usually works behind the scenes for school performances. One day, while in a dim backstage area, she thinks about tapping the Sign Up button on the Nerve website. Nerve is a reality show-styled online game. It blends live streaming with daring challenges that participants complete for prizes. Players can apply for various challenges through the game's website. From these entries, Nerve selects popular applicants for live broadcasts. Spectators can engage by paying a fee to watch either online or on-site. Although the on-site option costs 3 times more, it offers spectators chances to win prizes by recording unique moments. This interactivity increases excitement, making Nerve the nation's premier reality game show. Tired of feeling overshadowed by her more talented friends, V decides to take a risk. She signs up for Nerve to demonstrate her courage and independence. Her first task, pouring water over her head in a crowded coffee shop, boosts her popularity and earns her a spot in the live events. As the game progresses, V partners with Ian, a charming and mysterious contestant. Together they tackle intense challenges that test their wits and ethics, such as pretending to be a sex worker on the streets to cause a public disturbance. With their undeniable chemistry, the pair rapidly gain fame online, and they advance to the final round. However, the scene at the final venue takes a dark turn. Each contestant receives a gun, and V discovers that the game's anonymous spectators control the players' fates. Recalling rumors of Nerve pushing players to madness, V begins questioning everything about the game, including Ian, whom she considered an ally. She eventually realizes that withdrawing from the challenge is impossible. Okay, it's time for us to discuss the contents of our lesson for today. Again, the title of our work of literature for this month is Nerve, a game of dares and danger. We should mention that the word nerve does refer to the nerves in your body that carries information around your body to pull your hand away if you feel something hot. Your nervous system helps you do that. We also have sort of the phrase, oh, of all the nerve. When somebody does something that's very 讨厌 or 过分 or something like that, you might say that, boy, that's really a terrible thing that you did. That's a really horrible thing of all the nerve. Although that's kind of an old phrase. I don't really hear it so much anymore.
Yeah, we grew up with it, didn't we, Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, the nerve of that person. You know, how dare they? It's sort of the same idea. How dare they do that? So we're going to talk about nerve. If you have the nerve to do something, it means you're willing to dare or risk doing something. Maybe you're daring to risk offending somebody. And that's what Tom was talking about, the nerve of that person. I can't believe they did that. Or someone's really nervy. I've heard that too. Someone's not afraid of offending people.
And don't forget nervous. If you're going to give a speech or something, you'll have butterflies in your stomach, so you'll feel nervous before you give a speech in class or something like that. But we're talking about this novel called Nerve, and it's a game of dares and danger. So if you dare someone to do something, you say, hey, I dare you to go up to that girl and ask her out for a date or something like that. Yes, and you can accept the dare or not.
And the response could be, oh, I don't have the nerve. I don't have the nerve to do that.
Or I don't dare do that. It's just too hard. My mother-in-law used to ask me that, 你敢不敢吃这个? And I thought, do I dare to eat this? That's kind of a weird way to say it, but I knew what she meant. But
sure.
Could you try this or something is, I think, is what she was trying to say. But in any case here, in the first paragraph, it says, V, a shy high school student, usually works behind the scenes for school performances. So here we are introduced to the main character of this novel. It's V, spelled V-E-E, and she's shy. She's a high school student, so she works behind the scenes for school performances, which could be plays or musicals or whatever. She's not going to act in those performances because she's probably too shy. She works behind the scenes. Maybe she handles the lighting or the choreography or the costumes or things like that.
Oh, she could be the lighting director. She could just be backstage, telling the actors when they can, go on stage and when they exit. Maybe she's helping with costuming. We don't know. When I saw the name of the character, the main character, I thought, V must be short, must be a nickname for something like Vicky, Victoria. I knew a Victoria and we called her V because Victoria is kind of long. So, yeah, she's shy. She usually doesn't want the spotlight on her. If you're an actor or an actress, you want the spotlight on you. She works behind the scenes. So one day, while in a dim backstage area, dim means there's not very much light. So it's very low light. She thinks about tapping the sign up button that she sees on the Nerve website. So she's heard about what this Nerve show is. It's a reality show-styled online game. And she thinks, oh, shall I do it or shall I not? And she's shy. Remember, this is out of her comfort zone to even consider doing something like this. So she's thinking about tapping the sign-up button.
Right, and Nerve is a reality show-styled online game. So I don't know if they have reality shows here in Taiwan, but basically there are shows that show people in their real lives. If you've seen the Truman Show movie, that's kind of like a live streaming of a reality show showing the real life of someone. I think there was one with Ozzy Osbourne, and there's one with the Kardashians or something that's really popular in the United States. And so this one is kind of like that, but it's an online game. And how does it work? Well, it blends live streaming with daring challenges that participants compete, or they complete them for prizes. Okay, so you've got live streaming, which means live content on the internet, and there are daring challenges. Challenge is something they suggest that you do. It probably would be very difficult for you to do, but if you do it, people will probably think you're really cool, and you can participate. And you can complete those challenges for prizes, okay? They could be prizes like a new computer, an outfit of clothing, or maybe some money.
Yeah, so players can apply for various challenges through the game's website. So you go to the website, that's how you apply to actually participate, and you can apply for various challenges. So from these entries, Nerve selects popular applicants for live broadcasts. So you apply through the website, and then the people behind the game, called Nerve, they look through the applications and they think, who looks like they would be entertaining? Who knows why they pick certain people? But they select what they would consider popular applicants. An applicant is someone who applies for something. Maybe you're an applicant for a new job. So you fill out a form to apply for that job. You attach your resume to it. You go for an interview. You could be an applicant for a job at a store. You can be an applicant for a lot of different things. So you're just someone who makes a formal application for something. So they select what they would consider to be a popular applicant for live broadcasts. I can see them thinking, oh, this person looks really shy. I think they would be funny because they're not used to having a lot of attention on themselves. I can see Nerve picking people that are not the average type of person that you would think who would do some of these challenges.
Right. They want somebody kind of unusual to attract more attention and maybe to attract more advertisers or whatever. So if you're watching these broadcasts, if you're checking out this website, you are a spectator. So spectators can engage. They can be involved by paying a fee to watch either online or on site. Okay, so yes, if you want to check out this content, you can pay a fee and you can watch online using your device, your phone or your computer or whatever. Or you can go on site. You can go to the actual live place where this is taking place, on stage or wherever.
Oh, they have these challenges all over the place. So it might be at a park. It might be inside a store. On site just means on location at that very place. So yeah, you can watch online, which is probably more convenient for most people. But if you have a lot of extra time and you're young, you can go watch live and in person on site. Now, although the on-site option costs 3 times more, it's much more expensive, it offers spectators, people who are watching these challenges, and the applicants actually go through some of these dares. It offers them chances to win prizes by recording unique moments. So you've got spectators who are actually recording some of these challenges and then live streaming them. Live streaming is so popular these days. We're getting a lot of crazy stuff being live streamed, as you know. So that's a way to win a prize as a spectator and not as somebody who is just applying to participate or actually take part in the challenge they're talking about.
That's right. So yes, you might have a video camera or whatever, or use your phone and you can record what's going on there. And this interactivity increases excitement, making Nerve the nation's premier reality game show. Okay, so this is interactivity, which means you are being interactive with something. You do something and then somebody reacts to what you did and they do something in return. You react to that. So, of course, a live conversation with somebody, either in person or on the internet, is something that is interactive, whereas sometimes things are just content that is straightforward, like a website or a news site. It's just you read the stuff. It's not interactive. You're not interacting with the content.
Yeah, a lot of video games these days are interactive, meaning the player will input information and the video game responds to that actual player. So that's an interactive video game. Those are really popular these days.
Or there are other players online as well. My daughter plays those games all the time where there are other people, other avatars on the screen. Or that's somebody in Germany who's playing the game, or that's somebody in Bolivia or whatever.
Could be anywhere, huh?
Indeed. So that's interactivity, and it increases the excitement. It makes it more exciting. And again, it's the nation's premier reality game show. So if something's premier, it's the top tier, it's the most famous one, it's the most popular one. Like in England, we have the Premier League. If you watch soccer or football there, Manchester United and Arsenal and Liverpool, those are all teams in the Premier League, the top flight of English football.
Number 1. And notice that it's different from a word that's very spelled similarly, except it's missing the E, and that's premier. So Premier is number 1, the best, the leading brand, the Premier League, the Premier chocolate company. They're the best, or are seen to be as the best. Someone we see as a premier Chinese teacher is our Chinese teacher we're going to listen to right now.
听众朋友大家好，我是安娜。我们今天2天要带大家看这个小书，叫做 Nerve， 中文翻成试胆任务。其实它反映出一些社会现象，不过我觉得大家应该会很喜欢，因为这个我们很多的读者是这个高中生，所以我们要来看一个高中生的故事。他是谁呢？在第一段一开始告诉我们他是 V 呢，他是一个很害羞的高中生哦。可是呢，他有一天决定要能够参加一个试胆任务，这个网站上面的一个活动。那为什么他会想要参加呢？待会我们会说。那这个试胆任务是什么东西啊？它其实是一个实境风格的一种线上游戏。我们来看到第一段 第一段特别注意一下第3句哦，我们刚刚说这个实境风格的线上游戏，看到是一个复合形容词 a reality show style 实境风格的 online game。 但是到第4句有我们常说的直播，这个直播呢 live streaming 可以先把它划线起来， live 指的是现场的，那么 streaming 就是我们常说的串流啊，各种网路，这个各种平台啊，经过网路来串联，这个叫做直播 live streaming。 那这个所谓的线上游戏其实是混合着直播还有很大胆的一些挑战。同样在这句话里面的 daring challenges 带着一个限定用法关系子句哦，先行词就是这个 daring challenges， 后面的 that 到句尾可以左右挂号起来，那大家呢就会有很棒的这个奖品，所以才会有人呢要来参加。好，那么参加之后会怎么样呢？参加之后就会有名气啦，不过你要先去报名，对不对？那报名之后呢 Nerve 就会选择一些比较受欢迎的 applicants 申请者来去参加这个所谓的直播。那接下来在第一段的第6句又看到直播这2个字，也就是在最后面 live broadcasts， broadcast 指的是对外播放的意思， live broadcast， 所以 Nerve 会对外播放啊，而且是线上直播啊 live streaming， 那一定会有人看啊。那看你可以 online 线上看，或者是 on-site， 在第一段第7句最后面的 on-site， 这个是现场去看， site 就是一个地点的意思嘛，所以你也可以看现场，不过看现场要付费哦，而且是钱很贵哦。第8句，不过虽然呢现场去看 the on-site option 是要付3倍更多的钱，这个费付3倍的钱，但是因为很刺激的关系，所以蛮多人呢会报名现场看。不过我们在第一段的第9句最后这一句的地方，现场如果去看的话，还可以去录实境一些很刺激的这个桥段，或许还可以赢得奖品诶。所以这个互动最后面第9句的地方 interactivity 就增加了大家这种所谓很刺激的感觉 excitement。 因为这句逗点之后啊，在 excitement 之后逗点之后其实是一个非限定用法关系子句的简化，也就是说 making 一直到句尾当中，这个 making 还原应该是 which makes， 也就是这个 excitement 刺激感就使得 Nerve 变成全国首屈一指的实境游戏节目。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, let's continue summarizing the plot of our featured novel, Nerve. Again, the main character is V. She's kind of shy. She works behind the scenes for school performances. And one day she's playing with her computer and she signs up for the Nerve website. She signs up there. And what's Nerve all about? Well, it's kind of a reality game show style game. You have streaming and challenges. You can get prizes if you participate. And there are various challenges that you can see through the website. You can participate if you want to. You can pay a fee to watch either online or on-site. The online option, of course, is more expensive. And, of course, this makes it more exciting if you're participating directly. And, again, it's the main reality game show in this particular nation, this particular situation that we're talking about in this novel. It's the premier reality game. And V may be taking part in this particular game.
So moving on to the next paragraph, it says, tired of feeling overshadowed by her more talented friends, V decides to take a risk. So she does something that's very scary for her, very daring for her, that requires a lot of nerve from her, and that's deciding to sign up for this game. Now, if you're feeling overshadowed by someone, it just means you're feeling less successful, less important, less talented, less impressive than they are. And she kind of feels like she's been in the shadows for a while. And she wants to do something that's unusual for her, that forces her to, I think, grow a little bit in terms of being confident and getting yourself out there and trying some things that are not easy for you. she decides to take a risk by signing up for NERV. She wants to demonstrate her courage and independence, meaning she doesn't need to just hang back and always be in a group. She can do something on her own, and that's what she decides to do.
Right, so she doesn't want to be considered a shy person. She wants to maybe get over her shyness by doing this. And her first task, her first dare, is to pour water over her head in a crowded coffee shop, and that boosts her popularity and earns her a spot in the live events. So this is her first task. Yes, go to a coffee shop that has lots of people in it, and then in front of everybody, pour water over your head. That's the dare. Do you dare do this, or are you too scared to do this? Well, she accepts the dare, and she does it. She pours water over her head, and of course, lots of people laugh at her, or they cheer, or whatever, and this will increase her popularity, and then she can have a spot in the live events. She has actually succeeded in moving forward.
See, this first challenge would kind of give me a clue or a hint that this isn't about me growing in confidence or becoming more independent. It sounds like someone's trying to humiliate these people. Yeah, to boost their own ratings. NERV is the one that's making all the money off this, because they've got a lot of people advertising with them. They've got a lot of viewers, which of course increases their money. So they're asking her to do something that makes her look silly, I think. So that would bother me immediately, and I would go, yeah, this isn't for me. But V's new to this, and as the game progresses, she partners with someone called Ian, a guy, and he is described as being charming and mysterious. He's also one of the contestants, as is V. If you're a contestant, of course, you're competing in some sort of contest or challenge. Together, they tackle or they face these intense challenges that test their wits and ethics, such as pretending to be a sex worker on the streets to cause a public disturbance. I wanted to mention here this word wits. Usually you see W-I-T, wit, as being someone who's really clever and kind of funny. But when we see it like this with the S on it, wits, it's just your basic human intelligence. So don't confuse the two, guys. To keep your wits about you is a very famous phrase we use. To keep your wits about you means even when you're fearful or maybe too stressed out, you can think calmly and clearly. So wits here just means your intelligence, basic intelligence. Ethics refers to your morality, whether you know what's right and wrong and what you choose to do. Those are your ethics. So this is a challenge, but it seems like the challenges have to do with, will you do the right thing or the wrong thing? That's a pretty big question.
Right, so maybe it's unethical to pretend to be a sex worker on the street, and you want to do this to cause a public disturbance. That is their next dare. They pretend to be sex workers, which means you want to pretend to be a prostitute, and you solicit customers. Are you looking for company, sir, or whatever? That's what a sex worker would do, and they're doing this on the streets, and it's going to cause a public disturbance. So if you see prostitutes on the street soliciting customers, people might think that's not really a great thing to do in public. It will make people feel uncomfortable or whatever. So that's what a public disturbance is, something that makes the public order kind of lose its order. It's kind of noisy and chaotic, and it causes problems. So yeah, sex workers on the streets could cause that public disturbance.
So with their undeniable chemistry, the pair rapidly gain fame online, and they advance to the final round. Undeniable is one of our vocabulary words. It means something is definitely true. You can't argue against it. It's obvious it's true. So it's undeniable. What's undeniable? Their chemistry. Your chemistry with somebody is kind of your mutual attraction to each other. So when two people have chemistry, it looks like they have a great relationship. They might even be attracted to each other romantically, but not always. I've seen people who have chemistry who are just really good together. Maybe they work well together. They both come up with great ideas when they're working in unison or together. But chemistry here probably refers to them being kind of a cute couple, I would guess.
That's right. It's undeniable. They are charming. They have this chemistry. They work well together. and they rapidly gain fame online. They become more famous online, and then they advance to the final round. They're able to compete in the final round. Now, here in the next paragraph, it says, however, the scene at the final venue takes a dark turn. So they're expecting some kind of competition. They're going to have to dare to do something, but in this particular case, it takes a dark turn. It's more unusual than they expected.
Ooh. Yeah, when you see a dark turn, you know something bad's going to come up. Something bad is just around the corner. Each contestant receives a gun. Ooh. These are young kids, too. She's not that old. V discovers that the game's anonymous spectators actually control the player's fates. Your fate is your destiny, what happens to you. And if you're anonymous, no one knows your name. No one knows who you are. Anonymous. Sometimes people will donate money to charities, but they keep their name from going public. They're anonymous. They don't want other people to know. Some people have online names. They don't use their real name. They use an anonymous name because they don't want people to know who they are. So the spectators, these people who are also involved with this particular reality show-styled game, they actually control what happens to the players.
Right, and as you know, there are lots of bullies online, so you can only assume that this is bad news for the players here. Recalling rumors of Nerve pushing players to madness, V begins questioning everything about the game, including Ian, whom she considered an ally. So yes, she'd heard about this. Yes, I heard rumors that some players were actually pushed to madness, okay? Mm-hmm. Which means they were going crazy, they were going insane because of what was happening on the show. So she starts to question it. She starts to doubt things about the show, and she even doubts Ian. But she had considered him an ally before. She could trust him before. They worked together. They were partners. But now she questions him. Maybe he's here to cause trouble for me.
Yeah, an ally is somebody who helps and supports you, especially when other people are against you or are opposing you. It sounds like he was playing a role. He was acting as if he was an ally when he really wasn't. Ooh, she eventually realizes that withdrawing from the challenge is impossible. Ooh, it makes you wonder what happens at the end of this novel, doesn't it? If you withdraw, you just remove yourself from a particular place or activity or even a position. So maybe you withdraw from school, you withdraw from a club, maybe you are holding hands with somebody and you withdraw your hand. Or maybe you have a fight with a friend and you withdraw your friendship. You can use withdraw for a lot of different things.
You can withdraw money from the bank if you need to buy something, but in this particular case, she wants to get out of the competition, but that's impossible. And you'd have to read the book yourself to find out exactly why it's impossible and whether or not she actually survives this particular game. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher one more time.
好，那接下来到了第二段呢，我们就想说，那 V 既然很害羞，他为什么想要报名呢？原来啊，他是因为厌倦了被更有才华的朋友掩盖他的光芒，所以他就想说，好，那我去试试看吧。第二段的这个第一句，它其实是分词构句，我们可以在分词构句这个分啊旁边写一个大写的 B。Because 也就是表示原因，这个原因被简化掉了。Because V is tired of， 因为 V 他厌倦了逗点，所以 V decides 他就决定要冒险啦，所以他就报名参加，想要展现一下他也是很有勇气，他也是很独立的人。来到第二段呢，看一下中间这个动词有一个 to demonstrate。demonstrate 就是有 display 有展现出来的意思。好，那当然他的第一次挑战就让他赢得一席之地哦，很多人都有关注他。同样第二段的第三句在最后面，我们把 earn someone a spot 这边画起来，指的就是为某人赢得了一个场地，也就是赢得一席之地的意思啦。好，接下来来到第三段，这时候呢，突然呢，游戏就多出现了一个 partner， 这个 partner 叫做 Ian， 他跟 V 呢就成为同一组。那 partner 就很迷人啊，但是又有一点 mysterious， 有一点神秘。后来他们就面对很多挑战啊，甚至他们两个之间有一些很特别的情愫啊。 后来就很红了。不过我们在第3段特别注意一下，第2句的地方有一个限定用法的关系子句哦。先行词是 intense challenges， challenges 挑战嘛，什么挑战？ That 一直到后面句尾的地方是限定用法的关系子句，修饰这些 intense challenges。好，甚至呢到最后啊，他们就迅速在网络上走红，还晋级到最后一轮呢。晋级的那个动词啊，就是我们所谓的进阶的意思。所以第3段最后面的那个 advance 可以把它抓出来，进阶到了最后一轮 final round 最后一轮。好，那最后一轮到了总决赛的时候，居然发生什么事呢？每一个参赛者都收到了一把枪啊，还有一把枪耶，那这样子不是跟生命有关吗？而且后来 V 还发现说，原来游戏当中有一些匿名的观众啊，开始会掌握玩家的命运，他就发现不太对劲嘞，而且甚至还会想到有一些谣言啊，说这个 Nerve 这个节目啊，这个游戏把玩家给逼疯了。我们看一下第4段第3句这个地方，特别注意 recalling rumors， rumor 是谣言，那谣言 of 后面就告诉我们谣言是什么东西。可是 OF 是介系词啊，所以谣言说 Nerve 这个游戏把玩家给逼疯了，这个逼的动词 push 就只能用动词 ing 了，受到前面 OF 介系词的影响。所以到最后 V 就发现他不玩又不行，退出又不行，陷入了两难。以上是我们对于这个故事的解说，我是安娜，我们明天见。
Okay, that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and please join us again next time when we continue to talk about Nerve. We'll talk about the author, and we'll talk about some of the themes and ideas. And even though this novel is kind of old, it probably still can speak to a lot of issues that are going on today. From all of us here at English Digest, my name is Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.